Marriage. It is when two strangers become a family. To love, to be loved, to trust each other, and to share feelings. I thought that was natural when you get married. But in my case, it seems different. My husband defends only his mother, not me, and doesn't listen to me at all.
If you can't obey my mother, we'll get a divorce.
Lucas said such a thing calmly. It seems that I was the only one who thought I was loved. I can't stand this life anymore. To save my broken heart, I made a decision. My name is Elena, and I'm 28 years old. After graduating from a medical vocational school, I work as a dental assistant. I met Lucas while working and got married after 2 years of dating. Lucas, who used to be a delivery person, often visited the dental clinic where I work. At first, we were just acquaintances, but as we talked more and more, we found ourselves attracted to each other. After several meals together, our relationship developed into a romantic one. Now that we're married, we live an ordinary life with a kind husband. However, that doesn't mean I have no complaints. The only thing I can't accept in my married life with Lucas is that we started living with my in-laws at the same time as our marriage. The reason for this was the factory that his parents owned. His parents had a small factory that made machine parts. However, they couldn't keep up with the times and lost customers to another large factory that could order cheaply. As a result, the management went downhill, and they were in the red for several months. I was told about this fact just after we got married. Lucas seemed to know, but he kept quiet so as not to worry me. Due to his self-employment, their pension was already low, and they were already in the red. Their pension was about to run out. It became impossible for his parents to live with the two of them, and they had to move in with us. It was at that time, when we happened to visit his parents' house, that Lucas made this proposal.
Hey, I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if Elena and I lived together in this house?
Huh? Wait, Lucas, what are you saying all of a sudden? Ignoring my confusion, Lucas continued.
Well, my parents are really struggling, and I'm worried. If we're here, Hay can be more secure in the future, right?
Well, that may be true, but still, so suddenly.
Hey, don't Mom and Dad think so too? Living with us would make life more stable.
When Lucas brought up the topic, my in-laws nodded happily. Before I could say anything, the conversation about living together progressed rapidly. In the end, Lucas and I decided to cancel our apartment lease and move to my in-laws' house. My in-laws were very happy about the decision to live together. Honestly, I wasn't very enthusiastic about it. However, I couldn't say anything when my in-laws said,
"Thank you, Elena."
I had to convince myself that I had made the right choice. We decided to renovate my in-laws' old house after moving in together. Although the loan was in Lucas's name, we agreed to pay it back together. But one night, a month after we moved in together, Lucas said,
I have something to tell you.
His parents were already there, looking very serious. Lucas was the first to speak.
Elena, I'll be blunt. I've decided to take over my parents' factory.
What? What are you talking about? Weren't your parents going to close the factory?
It's a waste to close the factory that my father and mother have worked so hard to protect. I've decided to increase production again as their son.
Lucas declared this with great enthusiasm. His parents were also sparkling with joy. But our livelihoods were at stake. We couldn't afford for him to quit his job and reduce our income. Although it was awkward in front of his parents, I told him the truth. Wait a minute. We have a renovation loan for this house. We have to live our lives. So why are you suddenly?
It's okay, Elena. Besides, I quit my job.
Lucas said. What? Are you kidding me? Why would you do that without consulting me?
It's not like that. I talked to my parents about it. Anyway, I'll show you that I can protect this factory. So please support me, Elena.
Suddenly like this. I tried to persuade him to change his mind, but neither he nor my in-laws would listen. Despite my desperate pleas, Lucas was forced to take over his parents' factory. For about half a year after that, it was a tumultuous time. Although he took over the factory, it was impossible for him to suddenly take on all aspects of management, as he had previously worked in a completely different field. The transactions didn't go well, and the few remaining customers left, and sales dropped to zero. The deficit was incomparable to anything before. During that time, I had to pay off the renovation loan alone, and the burden increased dramatically. Lucas, my in-laws' meals, high heating costs, and various other daily necessities, all had to be paid for from my income, and my savings, which had been increasing little by little, stopped increasing one day. I lost my energy and started to spend more time in a daze. Talking with colleagues at work was the only time I could relax. Lucas's income is almost zero, but he's not worried at all. For now, let's talk properly soon. Otherwise, I'll be the only one suffering. I decided to talk to Lucas that night. After dinner and a bath, I brought up the topic to him. Lucas, I have something to tell you. As if interrupting me, he said,
Oh, by the way, my sister will be living with us from next week.
What? Why is your sister coming?
She's coming for a childbirth visit. Her husband is busy with work, so she's coming to stay with us.
Wait a minute. You know how difficult life is in this house, right? It's impossible to bear the burden of your sister's life. Besides, there's no room.
We can lend her our bedroom. We can sleep on the sofa.
I absolutely hate sleeping on the sofa. It will affect my work the next day.
You're just a dental assistant at work.
Hey, think about it more. We can't support your sister's childbirth in this situation. No matter how hard it is for my sister-in-law, I can't just accept it silently. With my current job, I'm barely able to pay off the renovation loan. Moreover, if something happens during childbirth, it's not just a matter of responsibility. Lucas showed me a face that seemed to be a hassle when I expressed my feelings, and sighed deeply.
Hey, Elena, my sister is my family. So she's your sister-in-law, right? Why are you saying such cold things?
Cold things? Lucas, you should think more about it. It's okay if we're behind on normal life, but right now I'm managing everything with my income alone. My sister-in-law is originally a housewife and has no income.
It won't change much if there's one more person. Besides, we can take care of my sister-in-law's child first. Elena, you like children, don't you?
That's not the issue. Anyway, I can't do it. If you want to take care of your sister, you should fix your life first. I said firmly and got into bed. Lucas sighed and left the bedroom. Of course, I was angry with him, but he would surely understand my feelings. Lucas will surely understand in the end. If I say this much, he will surely reconsider. I told myself that I trusted him and repeated, "It's okay," to myself many times. The next day was a day off from work, so I woke up slowly. I yawned and headed to the living room, where I found Lucas and my in-laws. I hurriedly put on my gown, and Lucas was the first to speak.
Sit there, Elena.
Huh?
Come on, hurry up. We have something to talk about.
I felt an unusual atmosphere and sat next to Lucas as he told me to. What do you want to talk about? And why are your parents here too?
It's about yesterday. My sister is coming.
Oh, that. But we talked about it yesterday.
Your selfishness is causing trouble for my father and mother.
When Lucas brought up the topic, my in-laws, who had been silent until then, began to speak slowly.
You dislike her coming back, didn't you? What's going on?
She's coming back for a childbirth visit. Why don't you accept her?
Wait a minute. Do you both know the current situation of our house? We're not even making ends meet.
You're living well enough now, so there's no problem.
That's right. One more person won't make a big difference in expenses.
What are these people saying? They're not paying a penny and making me pay for everything. It's no joke to add one more person in this situation. I feel like I'm being made the bad guy, and I feel anxious. If I keep quiet any longer, I'll really end up doing what they want. I appealed to Lucas again when we were alone. Hey, Lucas, I can't do it. I haven't been able to save money for the past few months, and I can't take any more burden.
Ha! Is that it again? My sister is pregnant. Can't you help a little?
If you say that, then please share the living expenses. Your parents receive a pension, don't they? But they use all of it themselves.
It's okay to do that much. My parents have been struggling until now. Let them have a little freedom.
So, if you're saying that, I'm asking you to help a little too. Sorry, but don't increase my burden anymore. I became angry with Lucas, who didn't try to listen to me. I was so angry that I breathed through my shoulders. Seeing me like that, Lucas glared at me.
Do you want to lower my or my parents' impression of you that much?
What are you talking about?
My mother said, Elena should have more awareness as a wife. It's common for a wife to follow her husband's family policy. You have too much ego.
I looked straight into his eyes and said, "Don't be ridiculous. That's no different from being just a housekeeper. I've been watching you without saying anything about the factory issue. But this time, it's impossible. I can't bear any more burden." I poured out all my feelings. The unimaginable words came out of his mouth right after that.
Don't be so selfish. That's why you're no good. If you can't obey my mother, we'll get a divorce.
At that moment, all my emotions turned to anger. I thought I could understand him. It was the moment when that expectation collapsed in an instant. What's wrong with you? Don't make me more irritated. I know your sister-in-law is having a hard time, but are you telling me to bear more burden? That's not a joke. I'm sorry, but I can't do that anymore. even if he hinted at divorce, my mind didn't change. I don't expect anything from him anymore. I told him clearly, who was with a triumphant grin. Okay, I got it. Divorce. But you'll regret it.
Ha! I won't regret it. You'll be the one to regret it. Women are more damaged when they get divorced.
You can say whatever you want. Well then, that's it. Contact me when the divorce papers are ready. I left the house with my luggage packed. I was surprised at how easily I had done it. I went to a real estate agent and signed a contract for an apartment near my company. Until the move-in date, I decided to stay at a friendly colleague's house. A few days later, my mother called me to tell me that the divorce papers had been sent. Since I hadn't told them about the divorce, my parents were surprised, but when I explained the situation, they agreed that it was better to get a divorce. I signed and submitted the divorce papers that were sent to me. Finally, I was able to end my relationship with my in-laws. 2 months later, I had gotten used to my new life and was almost forgetting about Lucas when he called me. Lucas's name was on the caller ID. Since I hadn't received any calls from him since the divorce, I hadn't deleted his contact information. I thought we had nothing to talk about, so I ignored the call, but my smartphone kept ringing. Reluctantly, I answered the phone. As soon as I tapped the call button,
Elena?
I heard Lucas's anxious voice. What do you want? I asked him curtly, and he began to speak in a panicked tone.
Why aren't you transferring money anymore?
Money? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. It's about the renovation loan. You've been transferring the payment to my account, but why did you stop?
It seems he thought I would continue to pay off the loan. There's no such thing as a free lunch after the divorce. Lucas continued to shout at me over the phone.
Transfer the money right now. You're still my wife.
I was so angry that I told him straight. Wife? I'm already your ex-wife. I quit being your wife. Didn't I tell you that you would regret it?
What? Why are you suddenly saying that?
Don't you understand that I was the one who made your life possible? You made me bear all the burden of your life. You didn't even thank me and insulted me and cut me off when I expressed my opinion. It's all your own fault.
Okay, I got it. I'll come back to you.
What?
Let's pretend we didn't get divorced. Is that okay? Don't be stubborn and come back.
Even after all this time, he still seems to think he has value. Does he think I still have feelings of a love for him? I felt completely insulted and let out all my pent-up frustration on him. Don't mess with me. Who would want to get back together with trash like you? I don't want anything to do with garbage like you.
Hey, Elena.
I tried to compromise, but it was you and your family who ruined everything. We're strangers now, and we don't have any obligation to help each other. If you understand, don't contact me again. Go to lone hell on your own. If you bother me again, I'll report you to the police. I hung up without waiting for a response. I set my phone to reject calls before he could call again. Since then, I haven't heard from Lucas. Or rather, it's more accurate to say that he has no way to contact me. He doesn't know my new address. And he can't call me either. Perhaps the words, "report you to the police," had an impact, as he never showed up at my workplace. Nowadays, Lucas is apparently working double shifts at the factory and a night job. He still has the renovation loan to pay off, so he'll probably continue to struggle for a while. Well, it's no longer my concern. According to rumors, Lucas's sister-in-law, who stayed with him, was already divorced. What's more, the child in her belly was not her husband's, but her lover's. She was sued for damages by her husband and her lover disappeared. She returned to her parents' home, hiding all of this. Even after giving birth, she still lives in her parents' home without working. On the other hand, I'm enjoying a comfortable life in my new apartment. Since I no longer have to support my in-laws' lifestyle, I have more room in my budget. I've saved more than enough money, which I couldn't do before. I'm glad I got divorced. I can say that from the bottom of my heart. I might feel lonely when I look around in the future. But even so, I want to live my life prioritizing my own happiness.
How was this story? Please, subscribe to the channel. Well then, see you in the next video.